Criminal charges to be laid against the Youth League leader and delay in Limpopo textbook delivery. A crisis? Good day to you. Charges of incitement to violence will be laid against the ANC Youth League's Deputy President, Ronald Lamola, over his comments on land reform. He called for the expropriation of land without compensation. Head of the DA in Mpumalanga, Anthony Bernardi, says the recklessness of the statements at a time when a high number of violent crimes are taking place on farms cannot be tolerated.
The ANC Youth League Deputy President Ronald Lamola has recently been quoted in the media for making very extremist and irresponsible comments amounting to the incitement of violence. Firstly, Mr. Lamola called on the young people in Mpumalanga to cause tyranny in the province and to make the province ungovernable by resorting to violent protests.
Lamola meanwhile said he will take the land policy proposal to the ANC policy conference to be held next week.
The land was taken for free through conquest and violent wars. Secondly, our forefathers were enslaved in those lands. And thirdly, the apartheid farmers were subsidized by the apartheid government. And we are convinced that there is no any other way except to expropriate the land without compensation, which they are disagreeing. And they must rest assured, even if we don't succeed in both Mangaung and in the policy conference, we will definitely lead the ANC, and we're going to ensure that the expropriation without compensation and nationalization becomes ANC policy.
The Basic Education Minister, Angie Motshekga, and the Limpopo Education MEC, Dixon Masimola, have admitted that the delay in delivering school books in Limpopo is a crisis. They have blamed the previous provincial administrator, Anis Karoria, who was fired by the minister. They say they will not resign over the issue. The minister says they've put plans in place to help learners catch up.
We've also agreed with the MEC that officials from both DBE and the Department of Limpopo should work out details to support learners and educators, especially the foundation phase and grade 10. We've also agreed that a winter school enrichment program will be implemented in all districts to support the grade 12 learners. So the first week of the vacation is to give teachers and learners a chance to rest and use it for planning, and then we'll have enrichment programs starting from the second week of the holidays.
18 members of the Cato Manor organised crime unit in Durban have been released on 5,000 rand bail each. The presiding magistrate says there's no evidence that suggests that the accused will interfere with state witnesses. He's also noted that the investigating officer testified there was no urgency in arresting them and only executed the arrest 7 days after the warrant had been issued. The men will appear in the Durban Magistrates Court in August. The unit has been accused of interfering with crime scenes and killing scores of criminal suspects. The police minister, Nathi Mthethwa, has meanwhile reacted to the case, saying no one is above the law. He was addressing the media in Durban after holding a meeting with provincial MECs for safety and security and the newly appointed National Police Commissioner. The minister says Gauteng has the highest number of officers arrested in the last 2 years.
The law is the law. It applies the same, whether we're police, whether we are a judge or any other person in society. At the moment, Gauteng tops all the provinces. You have more than 600 police officers who have been arrested in the past 2 years.
Government is to step up efforts to prop up over 100 municipalities across the country. Various initiatives will be undertaken to fast-track service delivery, improve governance and fight corruption. This is in response to mounting service delivery demonstrations. The chairperson of the Governance and Administration Cluster is Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma.
Working with the provinces and municipalities, 108 priority municipalities with the highest backlogs in basic services, financial distress, highest number of informal settlements, and underspending on their infrastructure grants will receive targeted focus and support. Stakeholders outside of government have been mobilized to support such initiatives.